Hello friends, so we are going to talk about SEO checklist for new projects. So how to take a new projects and how to go ahead. Like when you get a new client, what are the things you need to focus on when you are doing an SEO project for a new client? Okay, so first section is kick off of your task. So what are the things you need to first start with? So first one is there is two conditions. There may be like news websites. The client is like just starting, they don't have anything, they just built their website and now they came to you. That's the first scenario. Second scenario is where they have already existing website, they have done work, they so both sides won't be taken as the same way. You need to understand that in new website there are so many things you need to do that is completely fresh. You don't have to worry about what other people has done and what was the wrong, what was the right. So you only need to focus on how you are going to take that in next segment. Whereas when it comes to existing websites, you need to have a lot of things, a lot of auditing you need to do. You need to check that what are the activity they did and what are the how they did it, it was right or wrong. All those sections you need to follow in this particular section. So let's go one by one. When it's a new website, what are the things you need to set up? So first you require a system setup. If it's an already existing website, you need to check that is that system is already set up or not. First one is GA setup. GA stands for Google Analytics. So two types of Google Analytics are there. One is GA4 and another one is Universal Analytics. So these two accounts need to be set, and because both are the like a little bit extra functionality, as of now we require both account, and it's recommended to have both because you can get some information from GA4 and you can get some information from your old Universal Analytics. So what you have to do if you are using Universal Analytics or latest GA4, you need to do one single thing, that is goal setup. You need to tell this is your goal, this is the one KPI you are actually going to track. So that's very important for for lead business, it's a lead for an e-commerce, it's a purchase, that's what. And also there is micro conversion and macro conversion. So micro conversion are the small conversion which helps to your big conversion. So you need to focus on that also. You need to track that also, like which are the best pages converting, which are the pages where people are staying for a longer period. You don't have to just go and create final output only. You can track another steps also. You can just go through their mini steps, how they reach to that particular position. You can create as a goal setup. Second one, you need to have search console. So search console, we call it like doctor. Okay, so doctor of our website now. It's communicate to Google. So it's a kind of mediator between Google and webmasters. So if I have something to communicate to Google, I just go to search console. Like an example, if I have published a new content and I wanted to tell Google that I have published a new content, please come and crawl. So what I have to do is I need to go to search console, put that link and ask to index that into Google. So that's way. And also search console gets us so much information like issues, crawling issues, speed issues, so many things you can get from particular search console. Then third is tag manager. So tag manager, we called it's our developer. So if you are not a techie guy, tag manager is your man. So every time you need to go to developer, change this code, change that code, change this code. It's better to have control on your website. Use tag manager. When you use tag manager, you have so much freedom to test, and you can like put any code there, you can remove that, you can get again change it every time. If you are working in an organization where like every team has a different segment, you need to get a lot of approval, a lot of mail communication to get one task done. So that's a big headache for an SEO guys, because we want something quick. We thought we need to test it, we need to do it. So we can't wait for a longer period to go get into this process. So it's suggested to have a tag manager. So when you install tag manager, try to set up events based on tag manager. You can track scroll, you can track clicks, you can track. So these all things you can track in analytics. You can see the data, how much is happening there. You can track all these things, and even though you can create as a goal based on that also. Okay, so that is the tag manager. Then if it's a new website, you need to see that is there a blog section or not. So most of the new website don't have blog. So what you have to do is if they don't have blog, you need to recommend, because one thing, like Google like fresh content. Okay, so if there is a website which has 5 pages, you can't update every day or every month to all those 5 pages. So how Google is going to feel that you are updating your website content are fresh? There comes blog help us to publish relevant contents and again, and also freshness. Also it's create an authority in that particular segment, help us to create an authority by publishing similar type of content. If I'm in particular niche and I start publishing content on that niche again and again, people start feeling that I'm an expert on that particular niche. So that way blog is very important. You need to set up the blog. Then comes Ahrefs Webmaster. This is also kind of like doctor. It gives you a lot of health data as well as a lot of backlinks data. It's all about your website. You get all those things from here, and your traffic status, keyword ranking status you get. And Ahrefs is offering it for free, so you should have this one. And it's kind of, you get more data about your website, what's happening on your website. So whenever we get a client, we do all these things. We recommend to do all these things. Then Bing Webmaster. So many people say that like Google is only a search engine, but Bing also drive a lot of traffic. Other than driving traffic, you get idea about how they taking your website. Is there any issue which Google is not pointing out, maybe Bing will point out. Or else you may get new search terms, new keywords which you maybe Google had tried to hide from you, but you got it in Bing. So that's way how you can go about that. Then you need to set up email accounts. So you need to email account for 2 purposes. One is link building. So normally we try to do outreach. So for that particular purpose, we require a link building email. Which is like mostly we try to build on their domain, so that whenever we reach to a person and mail them like I'm connecting here, I would like to publish a guest post on your website, so it should be look genuine, because people only get give a response most of the time. You get a response when you are using real website domain. So another one is Gmail account, basic Gmail account we use for system setup. All this GA, Search Console, Tag Manager, Ahrefs, Bing, Google Ads, conversion, all those sections will be included in one single mail, and we try to do it from one single section. So for that, for system setup we require 2 mail, and even link building also, if you don't want it to purchase, you can go with the Gmail itself. So but there should be a second mail for link building purpose, where like you if you are doing some local listing or you are creating some social profile, you use that email ID. So all the details, all the mail will be coming to your website. Last but not least, reporting tools, we use Data Studio. So we recommend Data Studio because it can be easily shared to your client, and client can always watch, keep an eye on what is happening in your website. They can know everything, whatever the things you have done on their website. So these are the things, basic setup you need to do. If it's an already existing client and they don't have anything of this, you need to set up on your website, their website. So let's see that what are the existing websites we need to do. So verify and collect details or system setup. 2 options is there. If already they have all these things, you need to get them. If they don't have, you need to ask them. So these are the things. So same thing is if it's a old content, so same thing, you need to goal setup, Search Console, Tag Manager, event setup, email account, both system, and same thing. So if like it's already existing client, you may have all these older agency has done all these things, so you need to just get access and try to get full access. So this is the first kickoff task which we start with whenever we start. That is the first step whenever we get a client, SEO client. This is the first step what we go. In next video, we're going to talk about auditing. That is our second stage when we getting into the how we are taking this project ahead. So that is the second. We'll see in next video.